first time, the United States has submitted a report to the UN Human Rights Council chronicling the country's human rights record. In the 29-page report, the Obama administration admitted more needs to be done in many areas, including racial justice, women's rights, LGBT rights, and discrimination against Muslims and Americans of South Asian and Arab descent. The American Civil Liberties Union praised the administration for submitting the report, but the ACLU said the report neglects to address other key areas where the U.S. has failed to meet its human rights obligations, including felon disenfranchisement, inhumane prison conditions, racial disparities in the death penalty, and deaths and abuse in immigration detention.
The hole, the bucket, the can.
The box, the hole, the bing.
The chiller.
Lockup.
Maxi.
The shoe.
Solitary confinement.
The cell was probably like maybe 7 feet, maybe 9 feet long.
Maybe 9 by 6.
It's very small.
The cell was a windowless cell.
The walls were cinder block.
The floor, it was concrete.
The bed is concrete. There's a small concrete slab that serves as your table.
You had nothing in the room but you.
It's hard to describe nothing.
Just your lonely body in a cell that's empty. That's what solitary confinement is.
Metal and cement.
That was it.
Spent 7.5 years in the control unit.
Maybe about 12 years in lockdown.
I was there for 29 years,
Many years in solitary confinement.
29 years, Solitary confinement is just as real could be. It could wipe the mind.
It damages you psychologically, because human beings need to interact with each other.
It's not normal to be in the dark for days and days and days on end.
I could hardly sleep. I had insomnia.
Waking up at night in the sweats, panic attacks.
It would trigger something in my nerves where I would break out in hives from head to toe.
I lost track of time.
There's no concept of time. You know no time in lockdown. There's sleep and awakeness. That's it. And the madness in between.
I would try to hear things, try to hear human voices. And sometimes I would imagine that I was hearing noises.
You start hearing things that's not even being said.
And say, yeah. Yeah, what? And nobody's answering.
The anger, the rage, the bitterness, the anxiety, the nightmares. And as years passed, it just seemed like the walls in the cell began to close in. They begin to close in. You can feel your mind like trying to escape from you.
And what happens is chaos.
Insanity.
They'll say the end of the barrel. That's what the prison officials call it.
Call it maximum security, administrative segregation.
Control units.
Stigma unit.
Isolation.
Special housing.
La solapa.
On and on.
So many of them.
I would say torture chambers. No other way to describe them.
Of course it's torture. It's torture in every form of fashion.
When I was little, I had big dreams. I would stare at the clouds and wonder what I would become. My imagination ran wild. One day, a man came promising a better life far away. Now that I'm big, my only dreams are of when I was little, when I was free.